Good morning, guys. So as you can see, I've just got up. Star Wars come out obviously at midnight. I'm not one of them idiots who that stay up until midnight. I like my sleep. So I've come now to watch the Star Wars film early in the morning. I'm parked outside the cinema and I'm going to give my honest and raw opinion about the Star Wars film because I've seen some reviews. I haven't seen like the description of the reviews, just the numbers, the scoring it's got, and it hasn't got the best overall scoring. So I want to figure out why, and I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to watch it not as a movie critic, as a Star Wars fan. If it makes sense as Star Wars for everyone, and also if it is a good film overall, because you need to enjoy the film, not just be too loyal to Star Wars. So yeah, I'm going to give my honest opinion and I'm going to let you know in a few more seconds.
We're back in the Clone Wars.
Right, I've just come out of the cinema and I'm going to give straight away my raw, honest opinions about The Rise of Skywalker, the last film of the saga of the Skywalkers. And just looking at the critics, what they've put, not the best ratings that you could think of, being probably the last film. You think, oh, it'd be a 10 out of 10. And I can kind of see why it's not a 10 out of 10. But for me, it's definitely a 9. Definitely a 9 out of 10. It's probably one of the best Star Wars films I have seen in a long, long while. My favourite is probably still New Hope, and I do like Force Awakens. So it probably comes second or third for me as being the best. And there is one main reason. The main reason is because, as you know, you probably know that I'm a massive Star Wars fan. On my YouTube room, I've got Star Wars guns, I've got signed photos, lightsabers, and you name it, I've got it there. I have watched, obviously, all the films. I've watched the series about Star Wars. I've read comic books from the 90s, and I've read individual books as well. And for all the films and all the books I've read, it's actually done them justice. It's done me justice as a Star Wars fan. And I'm not going to say any spoilers because I want everyone to watch it and enjoy it. Basically, we all know Palpatine's in it. And I'm not going to explain what happens to Palpatine or too much about Palpatine. But reading the story about Palpatine, Darth Plagueis, his master, that was a very important read leading up to this film. Reading the books about a very old Sith Lord who came canon, Darth Bane, that paid off reading all them, which is a great book series. I definitely recommend reading that. And reading the old 90s comics about the old Sith Lords that have great power and they experimented in different ways. Or learning about the Sith, basically, which I'm fascinated with Star Wars. It brought it all together in this film. And also the light side of the Force as well. It brought it all together. It did the film justice. I can see why some people that are not Star Wars fans may thinking, oh, this part is a bit pathetic, or, well, that doesn't make sense. But if you're a true Star Wars fan, you know Star Wars inside out, the whole lore. How do you explain lore? Lore. How do you explain lore? All the backstories or talking about the Force. It just does the film justice, does Star Wars justice, and there was some parts that I got so many goosebumps because just reading all these things, watching all these things that not an average person who say they're a big Star Wars fan would watch. And yeah, it's just so amazing how they've put it all in. And yeah, you made it feel like Star Wars hasn't been left dead about the forgotten things that true Star Wars fans read and watch. It's shown it in this film. And remember one thing, J.J. Abrams had to literally cover a lot of mess that the previous director did. I can't remember his name because I think I've banished his name from my head from The Last Jedi. So he's had to kind of repair quite a few things and make it still his own and try and just make every Star Wars fan happy, because The Last Jedi I did quite like, but the only reason why I didn't like The Last Jedi is because it created a divide between Star Wars fans. Some people saying it's a great film, a lot of fans saying they hate the film. So J.J. Abrams, you've kind of resolved it all and you've done us all justice, and I just want to say thank you. Now, the only criticism I've got, being probably as a movie critic, is nearly probably a rushed ending. That's the only thing I could say, but there's no way else you could drag it out, and some people may not be happy still with the ending, but I'm completely happy as a Star Wars fan. But yeah, altogether, fantastic film. Go and watch it. And yeah, if you want to share your thoughts with no spoilers, that is definitely important. No spoilers. This film actually wants me to go and explore Star Wars more, the universe, going on Wikipedia, reading the books that I haven't even read yet. There's so many books. So yeah, it just makes me want to dive in more deep with Star Wars, and it has actually left you some questions, and that's quite good as a film, leaving you questions, because you want to always find out more about Star Wars. And it is apparently the end of the saga. I don't know how they're going to go from here, doing a main storyline of Star Wars. That'll be interesting. But Star Wars, and I think Disney have really done a good job here. And Disney have done a good job with Star Wars already because of the series that they brought out. And especially if you haven't watched The Mandalorian yet, I think there's only one more episode left. Disney have done Star Wars justice. They have put the money in there and it has paid off. And it's very exciting times to be a Star Wars fan, in my opinion. As a Star Wars fan, a 10 out of 10. As a bit of a movie critic with a Star Wars fan in a bit of me, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And I can see why it did get that tiny bit of a criticism as well. But yeah, I'm happy. And any people who give it bad ratings, they just want to hate the film for some reason. Don't believe them. Go and watch it, enjoy it. And I'll see you in my next video, whatever that will be. Try and make it Star Wars related, possibly, if it's doing Star Wars gaming. But yeah, see you in my next one.